What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sincere B here with my recap of Monday Night Raw. First, Monday Night Raw wasn't that good to me at all, but I'm gonna throw it a bone because I feel that since WrestleMania 30 and until now, till Raw, this has been the craziest situations in WWE in a long time. And far as having the news and everybody to discuss what's been going on in WWE, it hasn't happened like this in a while. There's a lot going on, especially with the Ultimate Warrior being there 1 minute and then the very next minute he's no longer there. That has to hit home pretty deep, and it has to affect you. Even though the show goes on, you can kind of see the night. There's a lot of missed cues tonight. So it has to be on everybody's mind of what's happening. So that's why I'm saying I'm throwing Raw a bone because of those situations. Also, if you don't know, AJ has took leave of absence. Nobody really knows for sure why. There's a lot of different rumors. And if you don't know, AJ is the true fiance of CM Punk. It is possible she may be taking that leave of absence because of what's going on with CM Punk and WWE, or she may just need some time off. She has been the Divas champion for a very long time. She's tiny and light. She's taking a lot of good hits, man. She may need a rest, or she may not be coming back. You support your wife, you support your husband, your fiance. That's a possibility. Or it could be they may go off, get some time to spend together, may have some time to talk. AJ may be the reason CM Punk come back. Maybe she can talk to him. We don't really know. I hope she comes back. I tweeted her, told her I hope everything is all good. I hope she comes back soon. I like AJ. I think she did a lot for the Divas division. And from where she started from to where she ended up at, she did a lot in that short period of time. And she's always fought for a belt. She cheated a lot, but she did her role good. She played a really good crazy girl, and she did it really well. And she wasn't bad in the ring either. She was pretty good in the ring, And I gotta give respect to AJ. I hope she comes back. I hope she brings Punk back with her. But we'll see what happens with that. Now, Raw started off. They did a great tribute to the Ultimate Warrior, and then they did a moment of silence and ringing the bell 10 times. Now, when they said they was going to have a moment of silence and ring the bell for 10 times, I just knew there was going to be some idiot make some noise within that time. But this crowd was amazing. There was no sound. I mean, you couldn't hear nothing. I was really impressed with that. During the whole 10 bells, there was not one sound. I'm not even sure. I think everybody held their breath. It was so amazing and respectful. So props to the crowd for not ruining that and staying quiet throughout the whole moment of silence and the ringing of the bell 10 times. That was great. The first match was Del Rio versus RVD. RVD did win that one. He caught Del Rio with the frog splash. Pretty much it. Nothing special about that match. The next thing, they went to the back. Triple H and Stephanie was talking to Randy Orton and Batista. Pretty much Triple H was trying to convince Randy Orton and Batista that they need to take care of the Shield now and together, because if the Shield jumps Triple H, what do you think they're going to do to Randy Orton and Batista? Of course, Batista and Randy Orton said, well, we're more concerned with the belt right now. You're on your own, and walked away. And Steph told Triple H she had a plan. So the second match was a tag team match. It was Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. Again, this was not a good match either. Ryback and Curtis Axel ended up winning. That's pretty much it. Third match was Paige versus Alicia Fox. Paige did win. She ended up making Alicia Fox tapped out. Now, I don't like Paige. I still think it was shady how she got the belt when you have some good talent in the back like Naomi and Natalya. But I can understand now. I thought about it and said, hey, it's probably good for business, because with so much other things that has been happening from WrestleMania 30, then throwing this in also, it's just been a lot of crazy turmoil things going on in WWE right now. And it's got everybody talking about it. It got me talking about it. It had me talking about it. I even tweeted I was so mad that she won that belt. So it worked for me. So if that's what they're looking for, going forward, then hey, they did a good job in deciding to make Paige the new Diva champion. Even though I don't like it, I'm not a fan of Paige. But maybe she'll grow on me later as time goes. We'll see. The fourth match was the Usos versus Randy Orton and Batista. The Usos did win because the Shield did come out and jump Batista and Randy Orton, as Triple H told them. Of course, in the back, Triple H said, "Hey, I told you so," and walked away. So that's true enough to get Evolution together back again. That may be enough to do it right there. We'll see. The fifth match was Cesaro versus Mark Henry. Cesaro did win. He finished Mark Henry off with the neutralizer. Before that, Cesaro was hitting Mark Henry with a couple of elbows, having Mark Henry stagger. And then the neutralizer was still, I'm not a fan of it, but it does show his strength. Cesaro is the king of swing, but he also known for his strength. And that does gives you that picture that he is a really strong guy by picking up a huge Mark Henry into neutralizer and drop it on him. But of course, I feel if neutralizer is really used on Mark Henry would just get right back up and kick his ass. But it is what it is, and they're gonna keep him doing the neutralizer, I guess. All right, so in the back you had Triple H and Steph now talking to Brad Maddox, telling Brad Maddox to go let the Shield know that they have a match tonight, but do not give them the name of their opponent. So Brad went off like a little puppy and told them that. The sixth match was Alexander Rusev versus Xavier Woods, who was accompanied by R-Truth. And of course, Elena. I think it's Elena, right? She escorted, of course, Rusev then, and she is fly. I don't care what nobody say. She is fly. Get that Russian accent. That body is nice. Attitude is nice. Woo. Anyway, there's another guy too, the weak finishing move in my opinion. But Alexander Rusev did beat Xavier Woods and then made him submit to that move where he sits on your back and put your neck back and made him tap out. Of course, R-Truth didn't like it, got into the ring, jumped Alexander Rusev, and then Alexander Rusev whooped R-Truth like he didn't know him, like everybody else whooped R-Truth. And that was it for that. The seventh match was Sheamus versus Jack Swagger. Sheamus won. Swagger had Sheamus on the go for a minute, but Swagger did a little too much. Got caught with the bro kick, and it was over 1, 2, 3. Of course, Zip Carter was pissed. Now, Zip Carter's in a situation because he has Swagger, but Swagger keeps losing. He lost Cesaro to Paul Heyman, but now Cesaro is a Paul Heyman guy. So it's going to be interesting to see who Zip Carter pick up to join the team. Has to be a big name. This could be a good feud. It could be a good feud to go against Paul Heyman's team, against Zeb Collar's team, especially with the hate between now and Zeb Collar and Paul Heyman and Cesaro with Swagger. That could be a nice feud. Will they go with that? I don't know. But it'd be nice if they would do something like that. But we'll see. The eighth match was Damian Sandow versus...
It's your phone speaking. You have a new message.
Versus The Big Show. Of course, The Big Show, it wasn't really even a match. The Big Show came to the ring. Damian Sandow was talking at The Big Show the whole time. He ended up poking The Big Show in the chest one too many times. The Big Show knocked his ass out. It was it. Big Show left. So it wasn't even a match that really started. So the next thing happened was Bray Wyatt came out there talking about John Cena again, calling John Cena out. Bray Wyatt called out John Cena. And John Cena did come out, and John Cena had some funny photos. He had a photo of Sister Abigail, Bray Wyatt's mother, and one of Bray Wyatt's kids. Each one of those photos had the face of one member of the Wyatt family, which was pretty funny. Pretty funny. And so John Cena also went on to say that, okay, you like to talk a lot, you say this and that, but you're never really fighting alone. You always have your two boys with you all the time. So, therefore, I already beat you once with them. Now I'm going to beat you by yourself. We get a true one-on-one fight. The only way I can make sure we get this one-on-one fight is by getting you into a cage match. So John Cena has challenged Bray Wyatt into a cage match at Extreme Rules. So that should be a pretty good fight. Of course, I think I'm not fond of the Bray Wyatt and the John Cena feud, but we'll get to that a little bit later down the line. The next match was Fandango and Layla versus Emma and Santino. In case you didn't know, Fandango has kicked Summer Rae to the curb, which I am glad. I can't stand Summer Rae ass, and if it was me, if she would have slapped me in my house, if I was Natalya, I would have put her ass in a sharpshooter right on my front porch. I don't understand why Natalya let that girl slap her at her house on her property and she didn't do nothing. I thought for sure Natalya was gonna drop her ass and then put her in that sharpshooter. Man, I was so frustrated with that. But anyway, I'm glad he kicked her to the curb. And I think Layla is a better fit. Layla is a true dancer. She was an ex-NBA cheerleader. She can wrestle. She's fun. She got the accent. She's arrogant, just like Fandango. That's going to be a good team right there. They did beat Emma and Santino. Later made Emma, she pinned Emma 1, 2, 3. Nice combination. I like those two together better than like Summer Rae. Summer Rae can hit the road. Can't stand it. Next thing was in the back. Steph was talking to Kane, telling Kane, you ain't the same Kane no more. You ain't the Kane from the depths of hell. You soft. She pretty much called Kane a biatch. Kane got mad, stood up, and was over her face, breathing hard. I was like, Kane, choke slam her. Please, choke slam Steph. I said, if Mae Young can take a table, can go through a table, why can't you just choke slam Steph right now? She's way younger. Just choke slam her. But he didn't choke slam her. He looked at his mask, which he had under his glass casing. He took the glass casing off, grabbed the mask, and said, I guess he's coming back. So maybe the real Kane, not the corporate Kane, not the Stack Kane, but the Brimstone Kane may be coming back. But if he does, I hope it backfires on Stephanie and Kane mess them all up. Triple H, her, and everybody, but we'll see. If Evolution against Kane part of the team, who's going to beat Evolution? Nobody. So let's hope Kane comes back as the real Kane and comes back to do something else and flip the script. We'll see. The next match, which was the ninth match, was Ziggler versus Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett won. I was really cheering for Ziggler in this one, but Bad News Barrett just hit him with just too many elbows and it was over with. 1, 2, 3. The last match was the 10th match. I think it was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 10 matches. This was a Shield match, which they didn't know who their opponent was going to be. So, who did they fight? A lot of people. They fought Del Rio, Swagger, Fandango, how do you say his name? 3MBs, I mean. Titus O'Neil, Ryback, Curtis Axel, Alexander Rusev, and Bad News Barrett. 11 against 3. And they was holding it on for a long time. And I gotta say, man, Ambrose is just insane. He is mentally crazy. I think that whenever they do break up the Shield, I think Ambrose is going to be something nice, something big, because he's going to be a really good bad guy, a really good psychotic guy. If they keep that role with him, he does it really well. And I hope they do. I like Ambrose. I like him. He's crazy. I want to see him do big things. But anyway, the Shield held their own, but of course they got overwhelmed. There's too many people. They got laid out in the ring, and then guess who came out? Evolution. They are now back together. They got into the ring to finish up the job. They beat the Shield down even more. Left them in the ring, laid out, and that was in for Monday Night Raw. So overall, Monday Night Raw, again, it wasn't that good to me. But again, I throw it a bone because there's been a lot going on. I'm sure a lot of people's minds and thoughts was not completely there. Match of the night, I'm gonna give it to the last match, the Shield versus everybody match, because it was a unique situation. Plus, Evolution's now together, so I gave that to be the match of the night. The move of the night, I didn't have no choices really, but I gave it to the Usos because of the face paint that they always wear, which resembles the Ultimate Warrior, and plus them both giving the ropes a good nice shake like the Ultimate Warrior used to do it. So I gave them the move of the night. Down below in the comments, let me know what your thoughts about Monday Night Raw. What do you want to see happen in WWE? What do you think going to happen with AJ? You think she's coming back? Think she's bringing CM Punk back? And what's your just overall thoughts about WWE in general, man? You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That lets you know when I do new videos. Please share this video. And hey, you know what's up. Come again and bring a friend. It's your boy Sincere B. I'm out of here.